Bang! We are live. I wish I had that bell. You know when they do the stock market, bro.
Yeah, I know
You
what
know
you
that
mean.
stock. I need to get that stock market bell so we can let people know when we going live. Let me quit. But no, hey world, what's good? It's your boy LG, and I'm back with another video, and we are live with another level of the Level Up podcast. And I'm here with the boss of Brooklyn, the game craver, Brooklyn boss.
Brooklyn boss in the house. Once again, happy to be here with my boy LG. Get this podcast popping and rolling.
Yes, sir. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna start off with something funny. This is funny, okay? Now you know the game Warcraft, right? And you know the movie that came out, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, according to GameSpot, Warcraft beer is now available in China.
Oh, are you serious? I'm not surprised. I mean, listen, everything comes from China. So
Right.
if anybody's going to capitalize off the merch, it's going to be them first. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, that is hilarious. That is funny. I'm sorry. Warcraft beer. So what they're gonna have like an ogre punch or something? What I'm trying to
Yeah,
think of
like with a oversized mug. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
have somebody talking in the old English,
totally.
That that'll be dope. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get it popping. We got a couple of a major topic to talk about. Want to give it also before we get into it. Want to give a big shout out to Set It Off podcast. They're doing their podcast tonight as well. So I want to give a shout out to them, to the Soldiers That Game, everybody that's a part of that podcast, and be sure to go check them out. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start this off, man. Let's start this off with something simple. Resident Evil 5 came out today, and I you know what, that was like I was telling you off camera, Brooklyn boss, that was actually the first one I legitly played. Like I've heard of the other series of the games in the series, excuse me, and I never really got a chance to play it. Partially because my mother was like, when I was little, she was like, "Look, no, you can't play these type of games," that type of stuff. Good parenting. But now it's just
I
really
mean,
good.
I wouldn't go that far, brother, because I was playing those games when they came out, so I don't know if it's good parenting. But
I was
you
trying to be
know,
funny, but yeah, no, I was trying to be honest on that one. But no, no, it was, I just didn't really catch interest until like the fifth one. I picked it up on the Xbox 360, and I actually liked it. I liked the co-op feature.
Mhm.
Um, it was a pretty interesting little story. I think the art direction was pretty good. It did kind of slow down a little bit because it did require you to rely on your teammate a lot.
Mhm.
Um, so it was kind of very co-op heavy, which at the time was kind of a unprecedented thing for the series, if I remember correctly, because that game is mainly what, single player, right?
Yes.
So, I think it's a nice touch. I haven't had a chance to look at any actual gameplay. I was actually in a party last night slash this morning with a couple of friends of mine, and they were waiting for the game, bro. They were waiting.
Wow.
They was sitting there. They was counting down. They was like, "Man,
Wow.
hey, you got 15 minutes into this game." I'm like, "Y'all really counting down?" I'm over here playing NBA 2K16. They over here counting down for this game. I'm trying to get them to get on Killer Instinct. They sitting here counting down for the game. I'm like, "Man, y'all suck."
Yeah.
But no, you know what? I need to go get it. I think it'll be good to see how it looks. To see if the graphics will stack up to now. If
I
they
mean,
do,
it's a remake. I mean, it's not really. I mean, not necessarily a remake. They just ported over Resident Evil 5 to these current gen consoles. Resident Evil 5 was decent. Six is what really went off the rails because it became like an action packed cinematic movie, and I think that's so far from what Resident Evil was all about. Like the first one and the second one to me, still to this day, are the best ones. Those came out on the PlayStation, and also I went to the Nintendo too at one point. But
right, right.
the fact that they actually re-releasing these games that came out so long ago is good. But I don't want them to do it for every particular franchise that Capcom owns. And I understand Resident Evil hasn't really been anything gamers really been looking for as far as the suspense and scariness of a game. You know what I mean? They just
Yeah.
kind of been missing the mark a lot. And with the recent release of the actual playable demo of the new Resident Evil that's to come out,
Mhm.
they made it first player, so they kind of went from the third person perspective to the first person perspective. Now, I also got to say that they also said that this will not just be like one of those survival horror games, because Resident Evil is more than just survival horror. You know, you're surviving, but you're also able to combat and fight against and defend yourself. And they did say that in the next Resident Evil, even though it looks like it's going to be first person only, you're going to have some elements of fighting back. But also, I've also been hearing reports that you could possibly be able to switch from first person to third person in the new Resident Evil game that's going to be coming out. So I didn't get the opportunity to play the actual the demo of the Resident Evil that's coming out soon, hopefully 2017. But because you had to be a PlayStation Plus member to actually experience that, and I'm an Xbox Live Gold member. So I've seen the gameplay of the new Resident Evil, and it looks okay, but I'm not used to the first person. But Resident Evil 5, I would say without a doubt, they introduced that cooperative gameplay experience. And to me, it wasn't really what I was looking for, even though it did bring a new element and twist to the actual game. So now you're not just playing this horror game by yourself. You're actually able to play with another gamer. So ultimately, it's up. You got to go back and experience Resident Evil 5 and see what it's all about for yourself, because I think ultimately it was a pretty decent game.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. Like I said, I liked it. It was one of those games I beat it, and then I just got rid of it. I'm like, all right, cool. I beat it. Cool. Gone. You know, but yeah, speaking of Capcom, this is going to be interesting, because I noticed a lot of people are really making complaints about Mighty Number 9. And it's funny to me. Like, I think it's hilarious, and I didn't, it's people making all of these bad remarks about the game, and so I'm like, all right, cool. Mighty Number 9 it's horrible. I'm thinking I'm gonna go to GameStop and see that there's gonna be some pre-owned copies. So for the past couple of days, I've been going to GameStop and looking for Mighty Number 9, and I'm like, hey, you guys got it on pre-order? Not pre-order, but pre-owned. I keep getting those confused. I'm like, you got those pre-owned? They was like, no, we don't have any pre-owned. I'm like, day one, okay, cool. Day two, like, what? Okay, there's none of that. All right. Day three, all right, something ain't right here. You ain't got not nano. You at least ain't got one. So I mean, it really is the game really that bad? Like, I don't see how bad, like, people can sit up here and talk bad about a game and not turn it in. If a game is that bad, why are you still holding on to something that's bad?
Right. I agree with you 100%, but we also can't assume that it was everybody bought it. We can't also assume that, a lot of people went out and supported this game and bought this game, because that's not the case. This was a Kickstarter backed game. And listen, KJ Inafune, he asked for money to create this game. He worked on the original Mega Man game, and he promised us a Mega Man successor in likeness. And what you expect from somebody that have worked on the original Mega Man game to bring us something of quality and something that's going to remind us of Mega Man. Now, this game does do that, but it also has issues as well. I also want to contribute probably a lot of the issues that this game came with, such as the delays, was the fact that this is going to be on so many platforms. This is going to be on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation Vita, Nintendo 3DS, the Wii U, the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Microsoft Windows, Linux, Shield Portable. So I mean, in the Mac OS. So I think that, at the start of it, he had such great ambitions to create a game for so many different platforms that I think that he kind of overlooked some of the quality of the game. Now, yesterday, I mean, it wasn't really a great day when he actually streamed this game initially. And apparently, he owned up to the fact that, it has a lot of issues, and he's owning up to the problems. But I want to read you a bit of what he said. Okay. He said, I want to word this in a way to explain some of the issues that came with trying to make a game of this size on multiple platforms. Inafune says, I'm kind of loath to say this because it's going to sound like an excuse, and I don't want to make any excuses. I own all problems that came with the game, and if you want to hurl insults at me, it's totally my fault. I am the key creator. I will own that responsibility. Now, this sounds like a man that's living up and owning up to the product that he actually put out. Also, there was a big, issue because he apparently he said that Inafune said that it's when he was asked about what do you think about the game and the fact that it has so many issues, he said that it was better than nothing. And apparently there was an embellishment in the translation of what he was saying because he's not speaking English. He's speaking in his native language. So, there was somewhat of an embellishment in his actual statement, and that kind of put out a fire because people are like, well, you raised $4 million, right, to create this game. The game has issues. It was supposed to come out last year, by the way. The game was delayed several times. And, now you put this game out, the game looked like it was downscaled. This is not a graphically intensive game. No, this is a platformer side scroller. And it's similar to something that you've been working on for years that you have a lot of familiarity with. So, when we get this game, we're thinking that this is going to be it. This is going to be what it is. Apparently this game has caused or bricked several Wii U owners, also folks that actually backed this game, right, on the Kickstarter campaign. They were the early adopters. They were promised that they were going to get several iterations of the game, and yet those that have backed it still can't get those iterations of the game yet. So then you got that going on, and and then you hear the comment that he says that it sounds like at least it's better than nothing. You can't really say that. You can't really put that out there, even if you didn't mean it, even if it was an embellishment by your translator. He can't make that type of mistake because gamers remember what you say. Look what they did with Xbox former head. That was before Phil Spencer. I believe it was Don Maddox or something like that. I forget his name. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. But how he was like, if you want to play on next gen consoles, you better get an Xbox One. If you're on 360, then you're screwed. So, I mean, you gotta have proper marketing. You gotta have proper presentation and presenting a game that's brand new of this nature. And then having all the hoopla that's surrounding it. I don't see a Mighty Number 9 Part 2 coming out anytime soon. I don't think people are going to back this. And I think that I want to iterate on this as well. He's brought a lot of skepticism to game developers who are asking for money to create games that are pitching their games on Kickstarter, because now gamers look at this and they're like, well, should I actually support this guy? I mean, the last guy, he didn't really create or bring us what he said he would. He brought us half of what he said he would, and then he's saying that it's better than nothing. So he kind of put himself in this position, and he also have other games that are coming out as well. So hopefully he might be able to backtrack and pull forward out of this. But right now, it's just not looking good. But we can't assume that everybody backed this game because you might not have pre-owned versions of this game at GameStop, but that doesn't mean that everybody went out and bought it. You know what I mean? Some people bought it digitally. Some people bought the hard physical version. Some people just didn't buy it at all due to the reviews that it got. But from what I'm hearing, it's a middle of the game type game.
Right. And I definitely understand and I agree where you're coming from to an extent. And my thing is just like, if that was an embellishment, because I heard about that, if people push that out like crazy. Oh my God, Inifune said it's better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? He kind of that kind of sounded like a statement that that Harada from the creator of Tekken would say. You know what I'm saying? Because people were complaining about Lucky from Tekken 7, and so what he did was he did a boss move. He said, look, okay, well, you know what? Since y'all complain too much, because we do complain over here. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. Like, we on this side, we do complain a lot, and a lot of it is baseless complaints. That's my thing. Is like, and I understand that on a game developer side, yeah, there's a expectation you're supposed to have the best quality stuff, or at least come up with what you say you're gonna do. That's key. That's the key thing. And I definitely understand, like, everybody saying that, oh, this game was supposed to come out last year. I remember looking at it and I was like, okay, well, this game looks promising. You know what I'm saying? And this game looks like it has issues. This game looks like it's going to be good. And, but you also got to look at his situation. He created Mega Man and he's not able to take his own creation with him. Now, I'm willing to bet that if he was able to, if he could have took Mega Man with him and made a new Mega Man, he probably would have made a brand new Mega Man and it would have been little to no problems. You know what I'm saying? So I think, and with me playing like a few minutes of this game before starting up this podcast, I don't see too many problems with it. I don't. I haven't. I see it's difficult. It can be very difficult, but it's not bad as people make it to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's my point. Is like you making all of these complaints. It's so bad. You would think that people will be turning this game in, or putting this game to the side and say, you know what, screw it. Yeah, I only paid $30 for this game, but I don't want this game. I'm putting it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to somebody who give it, put it away. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like Resident Evil 6. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if it's really that bad, you would do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And which kind of segues into the next thing is the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people complaining about it. A lot of people making all these issues about it. If it's really that bad, I know now we understand we want something new, we want something different. But there's something that you said a while back, Brooklyn, that I'm going to kind of, I'm gonna paraphrase / quote you on. We gotta buy with our money. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let our money talk. You know what I'm saying? If we're us as a consumer, if we really want this, then we're gonna put the backing to it. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. If we don't want it, we don't back it. And the reason why these people are still making these Call of Duties is because they know that as much as people complain about it, guess what's going to happen when by the time November rolls around? People are going to be lining up to go get that game. Pre-orders out the yin yang, lines out the wazoo. People are going to be talking about clans. People are going to be talking about what they're going to be doing, clan recruiting on day one. You feel me? So it's you really gotta if it's something you really gotta stop and think. As a gamer, we're the main consumers. When these people are developing these games, the ones that actually play these games, we are the ones. Yeah, you got your casual gamers and stuff like that. You want to appeal to those people, even the casual gamers. But I'm talking about people that. Well, let me reword that. Let me rephrase that because I'm saying it wrong. It's coming out wrong to me, and I feel it. If you're into this thing, let me put it like that. If you're into this, period, and this is something that you want to put your money into, then you put your money into it wisely. You feel me? That's my key. If you're going to do it, then do it. If you're gonna do what you got to do, look into the game, look at the reviews, look at the screenshots, look at what I'm saying. Make your judgments for yourself and say, okay, is this a game that I want to get for me? Is this a game that will this be a good thing to add to my collection? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that you should be thinking in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're just a collector and you just get video games just to get them or collect them and play them and, play a few a little bit and then put it on your shelf as a collection, then that's you. But if you're really a gamer or you're really putting yourself into this thing, play something that you're going to want to play. Miss K says it all the time. Play what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Play what you're going to enjoy. Play something that you're going to get your replay value out of, and something that you're going to get your kicks out of, and that's something that you're proud to have in your collection. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you on that. At the end of the day, I can only speak for myself. I'm not one of those gamers that just buy every game that comes out because it's a new game. That makes no sense. You would never be able to play every game that you buy that's new that comes out. And to be quite honest, it's a waste of money, right? Because if you're buying everything that comes out, then how are you going to have any time dedicated to really enjoy it? I like to take my time and methodically play through my games. Now, I want to read you a bit of what Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg said. First of all, you got to love the passion of gamers. This is an industry like no other, and a fan base like no other. And we love that our fans treat this franchise like it's their own and have such strong points of view about it. There just aren't many entertainment franchises on Earth that can generate the kind of passion that Call of Duty can. And that's a good thing. So that's particularly his perspective. And of course, this is his game. He's the CEO of Activision. So of course, he's going to have these feelings about it because he's trying to sell this game. Now, I think what Call of Duty have needs, right? I know I screwed that up. The fanboys are going to kill me on that. They're going to kill me.
But that's good though, because that's exactly what it seems like. They're needy.
Yeah, it's like, they're gonna kill me on that. But I think with this franchise is a Call of Duty fatigue. I think that every year you don't need a new one.
Yeah.
You can support the last year one. You don't have to come out with something shiny and new. No one really plays. I'm not gonna excuse me. I don't want to speak for no one. I don't want to segregate, but a lot of people don't really play Call of Duty for the single player campaign. I do because I'm not really great at multiplayer shooters. And I play them from time to time and I try my best. But I think that, generally Call of Duty gamers, they want to play the multiplayer game, play experience. And I think that what we're longing for from that particular franchise is a completely new, different experience. And it's going to be hard to do that because what has been so successful for so many years have made them millions and billions in popular first-person shooter game has begun to gotten old. And when you're getting old and you're not bringing any new iteration of the experience to the gamer, they're going to feel like they're not getting their money's worth. And they're going to feel like, well, they're just copy and pasting everything that they did last year to this year.
Mhm.
So, like I said, I think that, until I see the single player gameplay experience myself and enjoy and experience that myself, I'm not going to say that I'm not looking forward to it. But, I think that, after a while, they're going to have to start questioning the strategy that they're using, because that strategy that they're using, people are getting fatigued about this game. And, there has to be a change of the guard as far as what a first person shooter game experience is like. I think that we've gone on too many years where we've kind of been pigeonholed, and other companies have been pigeonholed because they see the success of Call of Duty. They do the same thing and no one's really implementing. Respawn, by the way, went against the grain and did something completely different. They put Titans in their game. They put big robots in their game. They allowed you to get in and out of the robot in your game. Now they actually bring in a story element to Titanfall 2. So you see gamers, companies and developers getting away from the traditional way of creating these games. So, it's to be seen what Call of Duty Infinite Warfare does. But, let's see what happens first before we, count the chickens and eggs.
Right, indeed, and that's the thing, and I agree with you. Yeah, I definitely want to, you know, just ease up on them. But like I said, it's just it's something that you want to bring to the table, because it's like people complain about it, but yet you're still gonna buy it, and
Hmm.
there's got to be a change somewhere if you're really going to say, okay, I'm done with this series, until I see something new, until I see something that I want to buy. I'm not going to buy this thing and mean what you say. um, then that's when I think you're going to put a little bit of pressure on these companies. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think, because that's what's going to end up needing to happen. Is you're going to need to, okay, if this is what you don't like, then don't buy it. Point blank. There's no, okay, stop trying to bash it. Don't We're not gonna. I'm not bashing Call of Duty. I own Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2. Uh, I've met friends on Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? I got friends that I've known for years, um, off of Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great experience. There's a great stuff there. You know what I'm saying? The whole community effort is there. It's just that, okay, we need a change. And I will give Infinite Warfare this though: the fact that they're trying to implement new things. You know what I'm saying? I do agree that they don't need to release it every year, but if the changes that they're implementing, that's something they can release every other year. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? If they were to do, like I said in the last podcast, if they were to do, say for example, they say, okay, well, you know what, Infinite Warfare, we're delaying it right now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to delay it till next year. Okay, right then and there, that will get more people to buy your game. Why? Because you're giving people a break. They're gonna be like, oh wow, what? They actually stopped playing Call of, they stopped playing Call of Duty. And then when they release it the next year, you can tweak it up. You got the, Xbox One, PS4. They have the capabilities of doing it. You have way more capabilities of doing it. Of doing what you wanted to do. This isn't like how it used to be back in the day. When they had to scrap out stuff for the console version. You can actually keep the stuff in there. you know what I'm saying, and just go from there. You know what I'm saying? So with the tools that you have at your disposal, there's no way that you can't make a decent game. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my personal opinion, and I really feel that if we're gonna do it, we're gonna get to it. Let's make the moves with your money. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want it, don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to try it, go ahead, try it. You know, do it. You know, I wish more games had more demo options where you can try them before you buy them. But you know, I think that'll
I, I think with Call of Duty, you kind of know what you're getting already. I
be.
mean,
Yeah,
it
true.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the setting. It seems like it doesn't matter the setting or the plot. People are looking for that multiplayer experience, and I mean, I'll be honest. It's been delivering so long on that particular forum that it's hard for people to really get off of it. It's like being addicted to something. If you're a gamer that's addicted to first person shooters, more than most likely you're playing Call of Duty. So we're going to see what happens when it comes out. If people are going to buy it, you're going to vote with your wallet. Um, and people are going to enjoy it. And I hope that they do enjoy that game. You know what I mean? But I just feel like, if Activision isn't producing anything that's different than last year, then why buy it? But
Exactly.
that's just my logic.
Exactly. I feel you. Now, I'm looking through this Game Informer magazine since I renewed my whatchamacallit today, my Power Up rewards. I renewed it today, so yay for me. Um, I'm actually surprised here. They gave Overwatch a 10. They gave
Mm,
Overwatch a 10. I'm kind of shocked, really. Um, I don't think it deserves a 10. It's not perfect.
mm.
I don't.
That's the first time I've heard of Overwatch getting anything near that score. I didn't even hear that from Metacritic. So um, I'm gonna be honest. There's been a lot of people playing that. There's been a lot of people on it. A lot of people enjoying it. And you know, if it got a 10, it got a 10. I don't know. I didn't buy it. I'm not looking for it. But shout out to folks that are playing that and enjoying it.
I
You
don't
know.
see it. I don't see it as. But see, that's the thing. I don't see it as a 10.
Mm,
It it's a good game for what it is. Like Blizzard makes some great games. Don't get me wrong.
hmm.
Diablo 3 is amazing.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
Diablo 3, the Ultimate Evo edition. I just turned that in. So for to get
Yes,
some credit.
I got that. Yes,
That game is amazing. Game is dope.
yeah.
Blizzard makes some good stuff. Their RPGs are top notch. But I don't know. I played the beta of Overwatch, and I don't know if it's good, but I wouldn't say it's that good.
Mm,
It's not like, oh my god, I gotta get this game good. Like, oh my goodness, like I really want to try. I want to get it next. I'm trying to think about getting it next week, maybe. I don't know, but I'm just like it's not that perfect of a game to me. Like I don't understand. Like I don't know. Like what makes I don't know. There's no such thing to me. There's no such thing as a perfect game. Really, there isn't, because you're gonna have your flaws in some way, shape, or form. Um, to and I know that I will say Game Informer really is good about when their scores for the most part, because they've given some bad scores, but uh, they're normally good about not giving out um, tens to every game. And
hmm.
the fact that they gave, matter of fact, let me look in this again. I'm looking in this again. It says they gave Overwatch a 10, and then I think they gave the DLC for the Witcher 3 DLC. I think it's Blood and Wine. I think that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
They gave it a 8.5, I believe. Let me double check.
What?
8 point. They gave Doom a 8.75. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They gave Blood and Wine a 9.25. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm sorry. Don't judge me. Um, and then of course, they gave Battleborn a 6. They gave Homefront: The Revolution a 4. Uncharted 4 9.5. Now that game actually deserves that rating because I've seen
Oh
some
man.
gameplay. Whew, that game is beautiful.
Yes, I
But
have it. I haven't even beat it yet. Yes.
you haven't even beat it yet. And then they gave Kirby a Planet Kirby Planet Robobot a 8.
Mm.
Kirby's a solid game. I'll give Kirby that. It's always been a cute platformer. But I don't know if that deserves a 10. I would say a 9.5. Maybe. What was the Metacritic score that they got?
For who?
Oh, Overwatch. Excuse me, I didn't specify.
I don't even know. I didn't even check on it. I think you said it. Didn't you say a 10?
Well, Game Informer gave it a 10, but you said the Metacritics, like some other critics, gave it.
I don't even think they gave it a 10 though. Last time I looked, I can't tell you exactly how much they. I know it wasn't a 10 though.
Oh,
To be
okay.
quite honest, and not only that, to piggyback off of that, I'm a big Witcher fan. So shout out to the Witcher crew and people that play that game. The Blood and Wine. I haven't played the Blood and Wine DLC, but I do have the Witcher 3, the Wild Hunt, and that's a great game. So I can see how, you know, um, Project CD Red, put together another masterpiece because they gave you DLC that was presumably, from what's being reported, as big as Witcher 2 to some extent. So,
Mm.
I think that I can't compare it to Overwatch because I haven't played Overwatch. I really don't see why anyone would give that game a 10, but then again, it's about fun. And then again, also you got to take in consideration there's not really much out that's coming out right now. That's like blockbusters. That's like going to really captivate you and have you looking forward to anything. So it came out. Let's say it came out at a good time because Overwatch completely blew. What's the other one out?
Battleborn.
Battleborn out the water. Like Battleborn, I don't even think that's even a thing now. And I'm quite surprised because I'm gonna be honest. I saw gameplay of Battleborn and I was a bit intrigued by that, but I wasn't going to buy it. But
Mm.
I kind of thought that that was going to do better than Overwatch, and it was the complete opposite. But shout out to, like I said, shout out to everybody playing Overwatch. Gamers are playing their games and they're voting with their dollar. And if you enjoy it, enjoy it. But I from what I've seen of Overwatch, I don't think that game personally warrants a 10. It's not really a story driven based game. It's predominantly an online type experience. And to me, I think that, it doesn't deserve a 10, even though I never played it. I only saw gameplay of it. And I don't think it deserves a 10. I don't think it's that outstanding to the point where it's like, oh my God, I got to get this a 10. If you said The Last of Us was a 10, I'll say yes, The Last of Us a 10 because it was a great gameplay, great story.
Yeah.
But Overwatch, no, I can't.
I think it was because it's a great multiplayer experience. Now, like I said, after playing the beta, it was great. Like the beta was great. It was fun. It was kind of slightly addicting too. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, and like I said, it did pique my interest because it's a multiplayer game. It's it's basically it's another one of those, what do you call those type of games? Those MOBAs. Like I would say MOBAs, but yeah, basically it's another mobile game, and it's really something that it has a strategy involved. It gets people involved. It's a I definitely think it will do better than it should do better than Call of Duty. It'll be up there with it may do better than Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I don't know. That's a wild stretch, but I'm just saying I think it belongs to be up there because it's different. It's not just a shooter. It's you have your classes, and Black Ops 3. That's what Black Ops 3 tried to do with your specialists. You each have a different specialist with a different ability. But Blizzard, that's their baby. That's what they've been doing pretty much all their career. They make RPGs like that. They make like I said, they make Warcraft. So yeah, come on now. You got it. You got it. They got it all day. But I don't know about 10. I'm not sure about that. But oh man. Want to give a quick shout out here to Uncle Wish. He just dropped a comment on here. You said, "What's up, fellas?"
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's good, gents? We are good. We're here chilling. Thank you guys for coming through the stream. If you guys got any comments, feel free to drop in if need be. If you feel the urge to do so. Um, would definitely love to hear from you, and definitely would like to add 2 cents in. But the main thing I want to get into, and this is a good one. We might be on this one for a minute, but this is a good one. Miss K, shout out to Miss K, Soldiers That Game. She put a video out a while back, and she was talking about the cutting the bullshit out in gaming. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about how her video was saying the latest one of her videos was talking about how female gamers they're together, they're banding together, uh, they're working together, they're networking, they're doing all of this stuff. But when it comes to the men, there's none of that. There's
Mm-hmm.
always competition. They're always being hurt. They're being, sensitive about stuff. They're being, easily hurt behind things. And she was saying that needs to stop. And I wanted to do this video as a like I said, as a response to one of her point. And first off, I want to. I don't know if you seen that video. It was a while back. The video was about at least about a good. I want to say about a good couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, and what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that before I go on mine?
Well, I mean, first I want to shout out Miss K because she speaks honest and truth and real, and I mean she just plays the games, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I do as well. And she spoke on something that was real and honest, and I think that a lot of us men, we really don't stop and take the time to realize what's actually being said and what's actually happening around us and observing the scenery. And that's why I enjoy, folks that just play their games, especially the women, because the women, not to say that they're not competing and not to say that they're not competitive, but they're not trying to always one up each other. And maybe that's just the testosterone that runs within men, that we always in competition and competing with each other. But
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube, especially in the black sector of YouTube, is way too much of that. There's no unity. It seems like she hinted to, that the females can come together, like the Set It Off podcast and this Lynn podcast. They can come together and talk about games and be neutral and not have any vengeful feelings, or have any sentiment in their heart about anything that they feel. And when it comes to the men, we're always trying to show off, or maybe trying to outdo the other, or trying to make ourselves look or feel more important than we actually really are, when we're just really talking about games. And if it's a passion that we enjoy, then we enjoy everyone's opinion about it, because they're expressing how they feel about our passion. It's not just my passion, it's everybody's passion that speak about gaming, if you're in a podcast or if you're just talking about it in general. And I
Right.
think that the women are becoming the forefront, at least in the black sector of the gaming community, because they're not, from what I see, they're not worried about the views, they're not worried about the subs, they're not worried about monetizing their videos. They're just playing their games, and they come together and they chat it up and have a good time, and are very informative about what we're doing, but
Mm-hmm.
about what they're doing in the gaming industry. But the men, it just seemed like our ego gets in the way, because then if you got more subs than me, you don't want to have me on your channel, because you might feel like, well, I might say something, or to get to the point where your subs might feel like, well, I need to check out this guy, and then leave you to go over to my channel. And I've noticed a lot of that going on as well. And that's not really the case. People sub to channels because they like that particular content or that particular person or whatever they're speaking on. And they're not just going to leave you to go to another channel if you recommend, hey, go check out my boy LG. You see what I'm saying? Dope channel, he
Right.
does music, things of that nature. I'm not concerned about my subs leaving. And if my subs do leave, then so be it. That's just the way it is. But that shouldn't really be a concern. And also the men in the black community, we're always trying to be the number one YouTuber. We're always trying to be the next PewDiePie. We can't just naturally just be ourselves. Whereas the women, they don't have so much of that pressure, because they don't really care. I'm not saying that they don't care, but they're not on it like that. They're just looking to have a good time, come on YouTube and politic and play games. And up until this point, I've been advocating, not just here, but to any channel, that if we're going to be a community, because it seems like every other community can come together and make numbers, and build things and build an infrastructure so that everyone can prosper in this form of entertainment. Why can't the black sector of YouTube do it? Why can't the black men do it? And I don't see a lot of that going on. But what are your thoughts, LG?
I agree. To an extent, I definitely. Well, I wouldn't say to an extent. For the most part, I agree with a lot of it. I've seen a lot of it myself, and even with some of the the stuff that Miss K's been saying, like, yeah, just play the games, just play the games, don't worry about the views. And yeah, you, to a degree, you don't worry about the views, but in people's, like I'll say, for me, for example, I don't worry about views that much, but I do understand, like, with my position and how I run my stuff, that it's an integral part of what you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you still gotta get if you want to make a certain amount, you gotta do your job, and but you can't let it overshadow the fun factor. And I think that's what a lot of it is a lot of people are getting on here. and I agree, trying to one up the guys, so I won't talk to you. People be like, Brooklyn Boss, I ain't gonna talk to you unless you get 500 subs on your gaming channel. I'm not gonna talk to you unless you get this. I'm not gonna talk to you unless you have that. And on one end, I understand why people do that. The reason being the reason why a lot of people would do something like that is because they've had people. Some of the people may have had a bad experience with where they've let other people in, or they've given people opportunities and they've wasted that time and they wasted that opportunity. So now they're at this position where I'm not going to talk to you unless this and this, unless you meet my criteria. But at the same time, you got to understand, if you see somebody, if you can see that somebody's putting it out, the content, or somebody has a drive that maybe just need a boost, maybe just need some help, and you reach out to help them, and I think that's what's lacking in a lot of men. Like, there's that sense of empathy, that understanding is lacking. You know what I'm saying? I can't, I'm so focused on what I'm doing, I can't reach out to you because I'm dealing with all of this stuff on my end. You can't be that way. And we do need to come together more often, because I feel that, if more men came together, we would have a lot more peaceful stuff. Yeah, we can still be competitive, we can still have fun, and we can still, because that's how we do anyway. We all, how guys do it, we all get together, we rag on each other sometimes, but at the end of the day, real friends, we still talk, we still enjoy ourselves, we still, you know like, have fun with the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Put the fun factor out of it. And I think a lot of people now, they've taken the fun out of it. You know what I'm saying? They've taken the enjoyment out of doing the content. They've, a lot of the guys, they run the coattails so hard to the point where it's not even worth it. Like, I've been in I've seen people that will sit up here and ride somebody else's coattail just because it's that person. You know what I'm saying? And they can't even be themselves. They're being cloned. You got so many people that want to clone somebody else to get to that status. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that way.
Right.
So I agree with that. I definitely agree that we gotta, if we gonna do this thing, we gotta do it. If you're doing it if you get money off your videos, hey, do it. You know what I'm saying? But don't let it what's the word? I guess don't let it consume you. If you feel me.
There's too many crabs in the barrel. That mentality is so true, especially
Yeah.
in the black sector of YouTube. No one's willing to give a hand up to the next man or the next woman. And that's why you see in the black male portion of YouTube doesn't prosper as well as the black female portion of YouTube, because they're so willing to help each other out. And there's more camaraderie on their end than it is on our end. And that's a shame. I've been always the type of individual that stand on his own merit, his own name, his own brand, his own feelings. I don't try to follow the trend. If everyone's going right, I always go left. And everyone's going up, I always go down. That's always the way I've been in life. I've never want to follow the crowd. I want to lead the crowd. But for the most part, I think that I've been doing YouTube for some time, just like you have, I'm sure. And my gaming channel is a gaming channel for gamers. I don't have nothing on Game Craver but gaming. If you want to see gaming, you see me playing games. I don't make the diss videos. I made one response video, and that was to your boy Hip Hop Gamer. And I saw how many views I got off that. I said, well, wow. So if I make diss videos or videos where I'm going at someone else, then I will get more views. But if I just put up gameplay videos and give you guys my opinions on games that I play, whatever, then I won't get as many views. I said, how backwards is that? So is this really a gaming community? So I start to question that. Like right now, I'm working on a video about that game that was showed at PlayStation's conference, Days Gone. I just completed a video where I'm going to be uploading that later tonight and giving my thoughts and my opinions on what I thought about that. And I think that a lot of channels don't do that. I think a lot of people don't do that. People into the gossiping, people into the battling, the back and forth, video for video, the disrespect. I'm not that type of dude. I don't have time or patience for that. So I think that channels like myself don't get as much push as they ought to get due to that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, someone needs to say something about this, because this is an industry that I don't find myself leaving anytime soon, because I'm a gamer for life. And I'm going to support this industry, but at the same time, I'm a bit kind of taken back and kind of ashamed of a lot of these, at least the black portion of YouTube, how, we can't still come together about gaming. We can't come together and just, unite and build some type of entity, just like everybody else is able to come together and build their entities and their brands. I mean,
Right.
it's just disheartening. You know what I mean?
And I will give a shout out to a couple of guys that I talked to that actually have some good content. Behind Shadows, man, B Shadows, cool dude, man. I definitely respect his videos. And also met another friend of his, and also the other squad, K Mega and Mr. 100, of intro, and also the people of intro media gaming, and those are some cool people. They cool, laid back. You know, met a couple of guys from the squad, and they actually have helped me out. And all I did was ask, and he said, "Hey, I got you. All you got to do is do X, Y, and Z, and I got you." And I definitely we definitely need more of that. You know what I'm saying? We need more of people that will step up no matter, hey, you got more subs than I do. That okay, that's fine. But you know what? Let's not even worry about that. Let's how can we do that? Because sometimes people can have a lot of subs and people's views can just fall off. I, my channel is one of those. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here in front about it, but it's some people, because when things happen, there's people's channels, they get popular for a minute, and some people, for whatever reason, they're not able to ride the wave and it falls off. Okay, so what do you do with that? You can't sit up here, get your head in a bunch, or get your panties in a bunch and say, well, nobody likes me. Okay, you get your stuff reconnected, do what you got to do, find out what made your channel pop off, and recreate it and get back on the horse. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing with us. But not even, I would say with us, in general. Um, we always are quick to give up a lot, and I've noticed that. Like, we always the first to do hiatuses. We're the first to do, the first to the oh, I need this, I need to take a break, I need to take a break, blah 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 blah. I'm not getting the results I want. Okay, well, here's the thing: if you want results, you gotta go in and do the research to get the results you want. And that's what I'm telling, that this is for anybody. I'm not talking about anybody, one person in particular. I'm just saying this in general. If there's certain results that you want, if your goal is subscriber goals, if your goals is view count goals, okay, do the research. You know what I'm saying? Talk to a few people, network with a few people, be genuine with your networking. Fellas, that's what we got to do. We got to go back to being genuine with the networking. Don't just BS people all the time. So don't say, hey, Brooklyn boss, I'm gonna work with you, and then we're gonna do this podcast, and then we never do it. You know what I'm saying? That would look bad on my part. Especially if we sit up here, we did all of this talking, and you bring the idea up, and we agree to it, and then we don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of people do that. And I ain't talking about the ones that are busy with stuff, but I'm talking about the ones that ain't that ain't got nothing to do, and they got ideas coming to them and they never use them. So we have to understand as gamers, if this is what we want to do, we put our efforts in and do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the individual mentality is still going to be prevalent in the community, in the black portion of YouTube.
Yeah.
Whether it's gaming or not even gaming related, doing the things that I do on my channel, Brooklyn Boss. People just don't want to reach out. I mean, to be quite honest, like, I've reached out to Dr. Boyce Watkins, like I told you before.
Yeah.
I've reached out to Professor Griff. I've reached out to several other black YouTubers, who have a larger following. Not that I'm trying to piggyback off of them, but I want to have a conscious dialogue about anything. And it just seems like they don't want to do that, or it's always an excuse. So then that gets to the point where I'm type of dude where I'm like, I don't need you then. I just do it myself, and I just make my own content. Like, I don't need you to be on it because of your name or your celebrity or your following. And it's funny because I find myself watching channels that are possibly more popular, have more sub counts, more views, and they're saying the same thing I'm saying. So I'm like, well, then what is he saying, or what is she saying that is getting them more views when I'm saying the same damn thing? And then sometimes it could just be the person that you are. Sometimes it could be it could be how you look. You know, someone that's more attractive gets more traffic or more views. Someone that, you know, whatever, you know, the circumstances, their political status could be, they're getting more views and attraction. So I mean, it's so many different things that going into, you know, the psyche of people's minds that it's hard to really gauge it. But I think that ultimately in the black sector of YouTube, there need to be some type of reform going on, because I'm a quality guy. I don't see a lot of quality content, but yet it's still flourishing. I see a lot of hate going on. There's more hate videos and divisive videos out there than there are videos where people are coming together and uniting and giving their point of view, especially in the gaming industry. I think that it is a place for all of us to be able to flourish and do our thing, but we all can't do it alone. We see that. We already know the blueprint. We already know what needs to happen. We need to come together and start dealing with each other and fucking with each other on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? Because that's how everybody else is getting ahead. They're piggybacking off the next person. They're giving the small guy, the big guy is giving the small guy the opportunity so that the small guy can become the big guy, and then the small guy that's the big guy does it in return to give the next small guy the opportunity. But it seems like in the black sector of YouTube, that just doesn't exist, because it's like, well, I got my views, you need to get yours, or I got my subscribers, you need to get yours. I ain't gonna give you mine. So it's like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, and at the end of the day, that's going to continue to flourish until, you know, people see like, yo, we need to get off of that.
But it also comes from, this is where it comes from to you. And look who's ahead. And this is no diss to anybody, so or not intentional. Let's just put it that way. Look at who's ahead, quote unquote. Who's ahead? You got the idiots that are ahead right now. You know what I'm saying? The people that, you know, the people that are out there, you know, these people are just talking out the side of their neck. These people that are, you got people out there that are, oh, well, you know, just blatant, you know, just blatantly ignorant, you know what I'm saying? And blissfully ignorant, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that you got to understand. And we got to get rid of, that's the thing we got to get rid of. We got to get rid of those people, the blissfully ignorant people, you know what I'm saying? And let them, the ones that want to be helping, because the blissfully ignorant people, those are the ones that be like, hey, I got mine, you need to get yours. You know what I'm saying? Hello?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, okay. Got quiet on me. I said, don't get quiet. I was just saying that those are the ones that are on there. But yo, give me 1 second. 1 second, y'all.
So guys, a bit of news of the week right now. You guys know the division DLC, the underground, is apparently experiencing some issues. You know, they did some streaming on several other large YouTube channels such as GameStop and IGN. I'm a day one owner of the division, and I also bought the DLC day one as well. So the underground DLC is going to consist of you going into the tunnels of New York City and eradicating more formidable opponents. You're going to have more incursions. You're going to have different enemy types that are more powerful, different weapons, different skill sets, also different articles of gear that you can actually get. So once you go out there and support the division, go buy that underground DLC. Even though Ubisoft has stated that it is experiencing some technical difficulties, they're going to iron that out like they always do. You back, LG?
Yeah, I'm back. Did it come out already?
No, it didn't come out yet though.
Oh, okay. I was just saying. I heard you talking about it. I'm like, oh, did
yeah.
It? Like I thought you was talking like it came out already. Like you done got your hands on it and got your.
Nah, I will though soon.
But now, you know, I was hearing about that. Like I said, I think the challenges were like randomly generated, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And so to keep things going, because the game, that was one issue that I had with the division, was that the game was very it seemed static, like there wasn't enough to really do, you know, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, they kind of fixed that with the update though. They added because initially launch, after you completed the main story, you go into the dark zone, and after you do the dark zone, there's nothing else to do. So what they did was they allowed more random, spontaneous missions to allow that to happen during the PvP areas of the map. They also downloaded incursions. And incursions are like group-based missions that you have to do as a group, which takes about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on your group style and the gear set that you got equipped in your party. And they actually added two of those, the third one being this one that's coming with the DLC. So they're slowly but surely adding things to do, somewhat similar to what Destiny's doing with the weekly Vanguard strike missions and being able to do the raids and things like that. So they're kind of adding content in that way that Bungie did with Destiny into the division.
Okay, gotcha. And I'll be sure to look into that when I get a chance. I probably might pick that up again. I don't know because like I said, I got rid of that game. I was like, man, I don't know what to do, man. In the dark, I didn't even get a chance to make it to the dark zone. Really, um,
Mm,
it was just one of those things where I just looked at it. I was like, man, there's really even like going from mission to mission. There was nothing really to do. Like, there was really nothing. Like I couldn't do anything. Like I'm just sitting there running from mission to mission. All right, let's run. Let's go. Okay. Oh, it's fun. I'm doing this with people now. Me, Brooklyn Boss, and somebody else. We're in here doing this. Let's go.
mhm.
But yeah, I definitely will have to keep my eye out for that. I've been looking at that Killer Instinct. You know what I've been looking at? And this is completely random. I was debating on getting the DLC for Dead or Alive 5, bro.
Mm.
I've been debating. You know how much that full pack costs?
How
Like
much?
getting $100, man.
Mm.
They are still putting out DLC for that game, and that is crazy. Now, and I think they just added another character too, if I remember correctly. I haven't popped the game in a minute, but that's crazy. Like I kind of like that. I like that concept of where you can the DLC. This is what DLC is supposed to be, where continuous support of a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. Now I know people rag on DOA 5 for it being a fan service type game or whatever, but I like that. I like the fact that you have different costumes and stuff like that. I kind of wish you didn't have to buy them all, buy them like that, but it is what it is. I wish there was a way that you can kind of like they make it cheaper or something. I don't know, but and speaking of DLC, I also read that they got something. Rockstar has something planned for the 4th of July for
Yes.
Gears for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, every since the games come out, every 4th of July, and generally every major holiday season, they always have some theme orientated, whether it's a vehicle, like you had the 4th of July last year, big monster Tonka truck you was actually able to get. And then Halloween, then they have some type of Halloween mask or weapon skins that you can get. So, this is nothing new to Rockstar. They've been supporting GTA since the last gen, into this gen, and I'm not surprised. This game has made well over $1 billion already, and people love it. This is one of the biggest online console games that players are still on playing to this day. This is what 3 or 4 years after it came out already. So, I'm looking nothing short of greatness from Rockstar.
Okay, and that's yeah, you're right, and I definitely that's what DLC is for. That's what I like to call online support. That is true online support. If you got a game that's rocking, just being your cash cow, so to speak, and people are loving your game, why not put more into it? I think people could be taking notes about that because I think that will help out a lot of games as far as longevity. uh, I think the longevity of a game, is also a good thing. Sometimes if done correctly, if you could do it right, like I know Fallout 4 did another DLC as well a while back, and uh, just I like that's what DLC, like I said, that's what DLC is supposed to be. It's supposed to be an extension of a game. It's not to replace the lack of content.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a good thing. Now let me ask you now. With E3, everything has been wrapped up now for a while. And on the Xbox side of things, September is going to be a crazy month. It's going to start off crazy.
Mhm.
Uh, any games that you're looking forward to getting that if you had the extra change or if you really wanted to get something from E3, what games are you looking at getting? Maybe give me like 3 to 5 if you can.
In September.
Starting September, starting from September this year, because to the end of this year. Excuse me.
Man, that's a good question. I'm be honest, I don't even know what's coming out in September. Like, it escapes my mind. Like,
Okay.
what's coming out?
Oh Ben, I think if I let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up for you. We're gonna have it. Let me see. Xbox. I'm telling it. This is how real I am. If I don't know something, I'm typing it. Y'all can Xbox One games coming.
And in the comment box below, let us know what you're actually looking forward to playing 2016. You know, the year is not over. We're almost halfway through it. Almost, I said. So, you know, let us know in the comment box what you're looking forward to playing, what you're looking forward to getting, whether it's on the Xbox One or the PS4 or PC. You know, we're all multi-platform gamers here. So, you know, it just escapes my mind what's actually coming out. Because at E3, I saw a lot of games. But I saw games that were coming out, you know, in the distant future on both sides. You know what I mean? Not just Sony or Microsoft. Both were showing games that were projected to come out in 2017 and beyond. So I kind of thought Mass Effect was going to come out, but it's not coming out 2016. Probably not even come out 2017. But that was probably the only thing I was looking forward to.
Okay, I'm getting the release date now. Give me 1 second. I'm almost there. I promise you, I'm almost there.
Yeah, take your time, man. Take your time.
I promise you. But yeah, please leave comments below. That would definitely work because that would help us. That helps us out. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Okay, here we go. Starting with I'm looking at the IGN site here. I don't know how accurate this is, but they have starting off. No, let's not do record. September 6th, we got XCOM 2 coming out. Xbox One. Record that's scheduled for September 13th.
Yes.
As well as NASCAR Heat Evolution. I know somebody that's a big NASCAR fan. I think they'll eat that up. FIFA 17, that's September 27th, along with Forza Horizon 3 on the same date. Yesterday Origins, that's September 29th. I don't know what game that is. Let's see. Jotun Valhalla Edition, Star Trek Online, Gwent, the Witcher card game, that's September 2016. I'm getting the rest here. Okay. And the site wants also too, I forgot to mention Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15. I think that's the 30th of September, if I remember correctly. Mafia 3.
Mafia, yes.
Gears 4.
Yes.
Motor Racer 4, Battlefield 1, October 21st. Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition, that's October 28th.
Oh, I can tell you my top 4 right now, LG. You don't even got to go any further, brother. For one, Recall. I'm definitely looking forward to Recall. That game, it looks amazing. Skyrim, oh my God, there's going to be so much nostalgia with that game. I've put so many hours into that game on the Xbox 360. The fact that you're going to be able to replay it, remaster it. Also, you're going to be able to play with mods because, you know, Bethesda also bought mods to Fallout 4. They also stated that they're going to be bringing mods to Skyrim as well. So that's going to be something I'm going to be having a blast from the past. I don't even think I actually explored the entire map of Skyrim. That map was so huge. To piggyback off of that, then you have Mafia. Definitely looking forward to playing Mafia. The gameplay that we did see at E3 was astounding. You know, it looks like something that's going to be a blockbuster. And then you have Gears 4. You know, I'm not really a big fan of Marcus Phoenix's son, but for whatever reason, when JD Phoenix knocked on the door, then Marcus Phoenix opened the door.
Oh yeah.
I lost my shit. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, so are you telling me Phoenix is gonna be in this game? You telling me even if he's not even a playable character, the fact that he's alive, that he's not dead, that you know he's the main character of the Gears of War franchise. So the fact that you're actually going to be able to interact with him maybe at some point, even if it is a cutscene, it's amazing. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Also, I'm looking forward to a game that I have not played that everybody have played already, and said it's great. And I have to get by GameStop at some point and maybe get this once I get done with my backlog. Because right now I'm playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag on the Xbox One because I haven't beat it. It's what it is. I haven't beat it. So I went back and I'm playing it. The Rise of the Tomb Raider. The Rise of the Tomb Raider, I have not played that yet. I know Miss Play. I haven't even touched it. I saw Miss K playing it. I believe I saw Coupon playing it. And the game looks beautiful. So I don't want to spoil alert. Don't spoil me. Let me just get it, enjoy it. But those are the games I'm looking forward to.
I haven't played it yet either. Oh, I forgot to mention it. You told me to stop, but you told me to stop too early because I forgot to. I was trying to get you another one that you was talking about. Titanfall 2, October 28th.
Oh my God, how did I forget Titanfall, LG?
Because you didn't let me finish the list,
man. My God, LG. I'll be honest with you, LG. Yeah. A lot of us are going to be broke, and I'm probably going to be broke. From September to December, it's going to be a hell of a year. It's going to be a hell of a year, and we're going to be broke because we're going to be playing games all from all year round. It seems, and I'm happy about that.
I'm still looking at like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy. You know what? Final Fantasy 15 is gonna get. It's gonna be one of the ones I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at that Final Fantasy 15. It's been a minute since we've seen a decent Final Fantasy, and from what little bit I played from that demo, oh boy, I love it. Oh yeah, I'm looking at that one. I was trying to see that other one that they show with the dragons, with the 4 players with the dragons. I can't remember the name of the game. It begins with a C.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Dishonored 2 is coming soon. That's coming.
November
11.
Oh my God!
I didn't like the first one. Now I didn't really care to, but no, that's Thief. That's Thief. I didn't like Thief.
Dishonored, the first one, the first Dishonored. It was LG. If you go back and play it, it was really decent. I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe it's a backwards compatibility Xbox One game, so you might be able to play it for the Xbox One. But it's really decent. It's first person, obviously, and it like you said, it does remind you a bit of Thief, but it's more action orientated. So yeah.
Okay. Here's one that was one of the indie games that they showed at E3 that actually kind of caught my attention. We Happy Few. Oh boy.
Tell me about it.
That was the one where you're supposed they opened up this scene where you're like typing up, you're typing on something, and you see the picture of this woman that you're supposed to be talking with or whatever. She has a like a clown face. She's like the happy white face, clown face and stuff like that. And so there's like some medicine you're supposed to take. You don't take it, and you go around to the thing. You go to the meetup with the significant other, with the kids or whatever, supposed to be having this party. And one thing you see in the windows, you see this dude beating up on this guy in the same clown mask or whatever. He's beating up on this dude, and he shuts the blinds. Okay, a little creepy. All right, but then you go to the room or whatever. You see them beating up on his piñata. Okay, they keep beating up on his piñata, beating on his piñata, and they're trying to get the stuff from him. I'm like, why are they beating on his piñata? Like, it should be busted open already the way they beating on his piñata. And it switches views to where they show them actually eating like a rodent.
Mm. I get what you're saying. It's a play on that English type wanky horror type.
Yes. Yeah. And they called him a downer. So they looked at his, like, they was looking at his face, and they said, "Oh, we got a downer. So you're running away from the police and stuff. Like, you're basically running away from the police and all of that because from what I've seen, like, you're under control through these meds. And if you're not taking these meds, you're considered a quote unquote downer. And yeah, I guess it's one of those things where they keep you drugged up, if you will. And I guess you're supposed to be breaking that from what little synopsis I've seen. But that game looks like it's going to be interesting. I haven't seen anything from Cuphead. There's an indie game, and now We Happy Few is an indie game, but there's another indie game called Cuphead that got my attention. That's drawn in the style of the old 1940s, the 1950s cartoons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's like a shooter beat 'em up type thing, a bullet hell type thingy. You know what I'm saying? Like the old arcade games with the side scroller shooters and stuff like that. The bullet hells is what they call them, where all
Yeah.
the bullets come at you at once.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. And the artwork on that is crazy. It doesn't even look like an indie game. I want it. I'm just
Oh,
waiting.
totally.
I want to get it, but that's one of the other ones I'm looking at getting. They don't have a date for it yet. I haven't seen it, but if we're gonna go with the list here, let me go back. That Call of Duty. No, I'm playing. Let me stop. Titanfall 2 will be one. Elder Scrolls, I would do the Skyrim because funny story about Skyrim, I had a chance to play it, but when I played it on my Xbox 360, it never worked for me. I couldn't even get past the opening scene. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm not gonna play it. Nope.
You got to get into it. You know what? Also, it's the perfect time to come out. You know why? Because it's going to be fall. The sun is going to go down early. It's going to be cool, and you know, I don't know. For me, it's been like a ritual for me since The Last of Us came out, even on the PS3. Around September, October, I always play that game. Even though I beat it maybe 5 to 10 times already, I just play the campaign always around that time because it just reminds you of the season that you win is the same season that you win in the game. So it's like it's really dope. But you got to play Skyrim, man. You got to play Skyrim.
I might have to get into that. Well, you know what? On that note, we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast tonight. Thank you guys for coming through. Once again, big shout out to the Set It Off podcast. And also big shout out to Intro Media Gaming, everybody there at the squad, and also B Shadows. Keep doing y'all thing, man. I appreciate y'all's work. Appreciate y'all, talking with me, and we need to get y'all in the next podcast. So we're gonna be doing another one for those that missed it this week. I'm gonna aim for another one this week. I'm gonna try to get in hold of Miss K. I want her in this podcast. Definitely want to talk with her and stuff like that. But we'll definitely be talking more off camera about setting it up. But Brooklyn Boss, tell them where they can find you at, man.
Hey guys, you can find me at Game Craver, and you can also find me at Brooklyn Boss if you want to watch any of my content. Get in touch with me. You can also find me on Twitter at Brooklyn Boss. Thanks for watching. Peace.
All right. Well, thank you guys once again for coming through. You guys know me. I go by the name of LG or Lawrence Gilmer, whatever one you call me. You can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. You can find me on Twitter at 210LG, Facebook 210LG. Of course, keep it locked right here on my channel for music vlogs and gaming as well. Big shout out to my squad, the gaming squad, In Control Gaming. The Barricade, the guys are amazing. Keep up all the good work with all the content creators and stuff like that. I'm gonna be catching up with y'all on Twitch in just a few moments when I get a chance. Be sure to also check out the Dynasty Network where we're growing together with integrity. All right, that's gonna be it for here. Be sure to leave your comments below, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
God bless.